Hi there and welcome back to my workroom. So today I'm going to show you how to wrap a nice square box as a present for someone. Okay, as usual I'm working on my laptop. I've got poor light and you can't see my desk, so I'm going to have to lower the monitor so you can see just what's happening with my hands. So if I just lower the monitor here like this, hopefully now you can see what I'm doing with my hands. So I'm going to take my box, and first of all I need to make sure that I've got the right amount of paper. So today I'm using this nice vivid green paper, but I've got too much paper here for the box. So what I need to do is make sure that when I'm measuring the paper I have enough paper to come around just over halfway up the side of the box, at the front here and also at the back here. So as you'll see as I raise this up, I've got way too much paper at the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold over the paper, just lightly crease it, and then make sure that once I put it all in place, I have enough paper to go halfway up at both sides. And then I'm going to cut off the extra paper I don't need. So just turn the paper around, and then along the crease that I've made here, I'm going to cut along that crease so that I have the right size paper in that direction. So just cut all the way along. Whatever you do when you're cutting paper, don't use your best sharp dressmaking scissors, because the paper will blunt the scissors as it's cutting on the paper. So please don't spoil any of your best scissors for gift wrapping that you want to then use on something else. So now if I measure the box, I've got enough paper to go just over halfway. Can you see that? At either side of the box. And then this way. Okay, so now I need enough paper to go around the box with a little overlap to stick the box and the paper together. So I need to finish it around here. So again, I'll just line it up again, make sure that I've got sufficient paper, and then I'm going to put a snip in the paper here so that I know how much I need, and then fold over the excess and make a crease. Okay, nice crease like this, and then again cut along the crease. I don't throw away any paper, so I'm going to put this to one side, and then I can use it again for wrapping another gift later on. So now I should have the right amount of paper, which gives me halfway up at either side, and then enough to go all the way around the box with about 1 inch or 2 centimeters overlap. Okay, so to make the box nice and neat, then we're going to use some double-sided tape, as well as some ordinary tape possibly. We'll see how we go with that, but I'm going to try doing just without double-sided tape. Now if you haven't used double-sided tape before, it's amazing stuff. It is sticky on one side and it has this red backing on another side. Sometimes it's not red backing, sometimes it's just a paper backing. It depends on the type of tape you're using, but the type I'm using today has this red backing on, which I then peel off, leaving another sticky side so I can stick two things together. It's a gift wrapper's precious thing, really. Most precious thing is a double-sided tape. So ordinarily, or in years gone by, I would have always wrapped my presents and connected the paper on the top in the middle to make a nice edge here. But now I'm going to show you something different. I'm going to take the paper to the corner of the box here. Can you see that? It's just lined up with the corner of the box. Okay, and then for the other side up, I'll just put a crease, but the paper is going to go underneath, so I actually need that paper there and then this paper on the top, so that the top piece of paper fits neatly along the edge. That will give us a nice kind of a hidden seam. Okay, so first of all, it might be easier if we take this paper to the box. I'm just going to use a little bit of sellotape, tape the bottom piece to the box, just sort of line it up here. Make sure I've got the same amount of paper at either side. Oops. And just put a little bit of tape on here, just so that it holds it in place, so you're not wrestling with it. Okay. And then rolling this paper over, just double measure it again, just make sure that you're going to have enough paper to go right to the edge of the box here. And then with a double-sided tape, just take a piece of tape, You don't need very much tape. That's the other thing that people make a mistake with when gift wrapping. They have too much paper and too much sellotape. So you'll see there that I've placed that tape right on the very edge, just about 3 inches or a couple of, 3 centimetres or a couple of inches. I'm going to just peel the backing off, put that to one side, and then roll the paper around so the paper goes right to the edge of the box and seals on that edge of the box here. You see how I've done that right on the edge, okay? And the next thing to do to make it look very professional is just to run your fingers along the edges of the box here. Okay. Now, as I said before, the thing to make sure is that when you've got the edges of the boxes, you've got the same amount of paper at each side. If you have an odd amount of paper, you'll have odd sides, if you like. So the next thing to do then is start wrapping the sides. So I'm going to push the paper down, right down, and then run my fingers along there, and the same this side, run my fingers along there, turn the paper in, run my fingers along here, turn the paper in. Now then, if you have too much paper, it will just give you a little crease here. Can you see how it's just folding over on itself here? Don't worry about that. Just keep going with it, follow it through, and it will still give you a nice point. So then we have a nice point that just fits here. If you have a little bit of paper poking out, then just turn it over or cut it off, whichever you want to do. I'll just cut that off there. Oops, I just get my scissors in the right place. Okay, and then we're ready to seal. Okay, again a nice crease here, turn the box around and do exactly the same at the other end. So there we go, bring your fingers down each end, bring it across, bring your fingers down to make some really good creases, bring it across, some really good creases, and again it's ready to seal. So now if I just hold those two ends up, you'll see they're roughly the same. That's because when I actually started this, I had the same amount of paper at each end. So people often ask me, how do you get the little points exactly the same? It's to make sure you've got the same amount of paper on the ends before you start folding in. So here then, I'm now going to put some double-sided tape along this point here. Okay. So take the double-sided tape again, keeping it nice and tight. Place some tape on this side, and then a little bit of tape on the other side of the point. Okay. Just stuck it over itself, which wasn't the brightest of ideas. So just cut that bit off. So now if I show you that, I've got double-sided tape along this edge here and double-sided tape along this edge here. I'm going to rub them down with my finger to make sure they're really well stuck down, and then I'm going to just peel the backing off. See that? And it just peels off quite easily, leaving you the sticky side. So now just make sure that your paper is really tight against the side of the box and seal that part up. So there we go. You see how we've done that? So now we've got a nicely sealed end, and then repeat the same at the other end. Okay, I'm just going to cut off the little bit of paper that's poking out there. Okay, again a nice crease, some double-sided tape along here and along here. So just find the end of my tape again. Again, not too much tape. So here and here, give it a good rub down with your finger, and then you can see how I'm just going to peel the backing off there, and peel the backing off at this side, and then making sure it's really well held down, really tight to the box, and lift up the bottom part. Okay, The next thing, like I say, is to make sure that you've got some good creases. So run your fingers along each of the edges of the box. Give it a nice crisp finish. Okay, just move all the bits and bobs to one side. So I have a beautifully wrapped box, nice and simple, looks very pretty. Just need to finish it off now with a nice bow, so I'm just going to get a contrasting bow or piece of ribbon. Okay, you need plenty of ribbon to make sure you get a nice sized bow. So I'm just going to tie a knot in the top. Okay, tie a knot there, nice and tight. Put the bow on the top. And again, the trick is to keep it nice and tight. Put that a little bit bigger on that side so it's even. Okay. And then to finish off, I'm just going to make some nice little fish tails on the end of these ribbons. Okay, so a little fish tail like that. And again here, so to make a fish tail, we roll the ribbon in half and then we cut that way, okay, to make a nice fish tail. And there you have it. A lovely, prettily wrapped gift, ready to give to a lucky person. I hope you enjoyed that video. It was nice to see you again. I'll just lift it back up so I can say goodbye. Nice to see you all again. I hope you enjoyed the demonstration and I hope you have lots of fun wrapping lots of nice boxes as presents. Thanks for watching. Bye.